environmental scientist, and specialist in putting health and education administrators. Guys, do you know how long it would take you to become let's just say, a physical therapist or an environmental scientist? I mean, I'm just telling you, the barrier to entry to become a life insurance agent is probably one of the lowest. I mean, if you look at real estate, especially like in Texas, you got to take a course. And now if you fail the course twice, you got to take that pre-license course again just to be able to take the state test. And that could cost you $1,000 or $2,000. And then so we are in a space that allows us to get a license by passing a test, answering 105 out of 150 questions correctly on an A, B, C, and D. And our company provides the testing material free now. You join, you get that as part of your membership. I mean, I looked at it yesterday, actually last night, $199. That's what these testing centers are charging, to learn how to take the test. We get it for free 99. That's zero, right? Along with our Infinite Docs, which I think is extremely important that we all get our Infinite Docs in order. So there you go. Those are the numbers. But how about this? What if we look at our slides and what we do here at OIC? Let's take a look at our back office, which I think is really cool. I mean, we get this great back office, and we also get a website, right? If you want to look at your marketing tools, view my website. Let me give you a new share. I want to make sure you guys can see that, so give me a thumbs up. There you go. You guys, we get this. You know, a lot of companies charge for this website. This is a monthly thing they charge over and over and over again just for your website. This is a great tool. You can send somebody to your website. You're a real business and you're working with a real company. So obviously, we get a lot with what we have, and we want to take advantage of it. So let me go back. And I'm going to go back to our website, your back office. You should be going to this website daily. And if you don't, I mean, that's when you forget your password. When you forget your password, when you forget your login number, it's probably not because you're having early stage dementia. It's because you probably haven't, gone into it every single day. I mean, like 9 a.m., I have that memorized not because I have to, it's just that I go into it every day. So you get really good when you continually develop a habit, you repeat it. And that's exactly what you should be doing. You should be going to your back office every day, really. I'm not saying just go there for fun, just to check out your numbers, but there's always new stuff, even on the new dashboard, whenever we have maybe logged out. But here, yeah, exciting announcements are on here. Just get in the habit of doing it. It doesn't take very long. And then you can go to the Get License. It'll tell you how to sign up somebody. If you're going to recruit or bring somebody on, you need to understand how to do that. It tells you what the new way is to get onto the Excel link and get access to the study material. And you want to do that in the first 30 days. Why? Because it's free 99. After that, you're going to have to pay for it. So, and the other thing about it is if you're going to the back office, then you're staying familiar with how to get around. So a big thing that I look at is the business resources. Hopefully you guys are following me here. Just go to your business resources, go to your business materials. Right here you go. Here's the financial needs analysis. This is the paper one. Right? You guys are familiar with this, right? How hard is this? This is very easy. Anybody can do this, actually. As long as you don't give advice, you can take information. But yet, most people haven't sat down, very recently anyway, and actually gone through what their plans are. What are their goals? This is your chance to get to know them, build rapport, and find out where they're at and what their pain points are and what they want to achieve. And then it comes down to the dime, D-I-M-E. That's not going to change. And then certainly you want to make sure it's affordable. So in this case, you can use this approach. You can go to the paper version, or, and I again have this available, I go to my email, and inside my Gmail, I have a thing called Slides. Are you guys familiar with Slides?
Yes.
Anybody familiar with Slides? So you go here, you can go to Drive, or you can go to Slides. Okay? So if we go to Slides, there you go. I got a lot of slides on here. Look at all these slides. This is all good, valuable information. If I want to find anything, I can just jump in there. If I want to look at the boomers, here's my boomers. But in this particular case, I'm going to look at this one. And everybody should have access to this. I love how this is put together. This is, again, billionaire leadership has put this together. And this is what I did. I just went over this and did the presentation. This slide's not changed. This is a pretty straightforward slide. Everybody's familiar with these 4 top companies, and it's because of technology. That's the whole thing. These aren't 50-year-old, 100-year-old companies. These are companies that have come up in the last 30 years that have leveraged technology. And so you talk about that. Our company is in a space that's bigger than retail and real estate combined. You can add these 2 big giant industries together, retail, like Amazon, Walmart, and all that, and real estate, which is like everything you think of that's like property. Add those together, it's still not as big as this one industry that we are in. And you don't see like a particular company occupying this space. Like, this is the only one I see right now is our Infinite company. So we have to be better, and we have to use technology to do it, which means we have to leverage, because that's basically what these companies have done. They've relied on individuals on an individual basis. Uber, they don't own the cars. They rely on individuals that already own the cars, and they're just introducing them through software to people that already need a ride, a way to get from A to B. And so that's how it's happening also with Amazon. Amazon is just connecting people that have stuff to sell with people that obviously want to buy something. So about that, I got my phone ringing. But anyway, so I go through this slide and just talk about that. And most people will agree that, you know, the way of the future is technology. And if you don't stay up with it, just like John was saying, you're going to be the blockbuster, you know. And there's always something new and improving down the road. I talked to a guy yesterday, actually went out to eat with him. He's a mortgage broker. I said, you know, mortgage brokers probably aren't going to be around as you know them today in as little as 5 years. Why? Well, because money's changing. If you look at money, money is changing. I mean, I was in Phoenix, and, you know, one of the news stories came on was a guy that came down from Detroit. He wanted to buy a tractor trailer. He owns a business in Detroit. He already has 2 trucks. He was going to go and buy this tractor trailer. He amassed his money. It was like $37,000. Flew into Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport and got and basically got drawn up into a room. They said, "Hey, you got all this money in your briefcase." "Yeah, I'm getting ready to buy a truck. I've already. That's why I'm coming down here. I'm going to get the truck, drive it back." They said, "Well, where'd you get the money?" He goes, "Well, I own 2 trucks. I make money. I saved it up. I brought it down here. I want to buy it with cash, make a good deal." "Okay, well, that's drug money." "Well, no, it isn't. I'm a business owner." "Well, if you'll sign this document, you'll have a civil forfeiture, and we won't charge you in anything." It took him over a year and an attorney to try to get the money back. So how do they know the money's in the briefcase? Money's changed. I mean, most people don't realize it, but there's a little magnetic strip in some of these bills, especially hundreds and 20s, where they can detect without opening your briefcase how much money you have. So it may be against the law someday to have currency on you over a certain amount, or to use cash to do certain things. You know, so money's changing. And as money changes, guess what? Tracking of money is changing. The ability for the government or governmental bodies to watch and see how much money you have in your bank account and have access to that, all that's changing. And so eventually the idea of having perhaps somebody else verify your employment, verify where your money comes from, verify your credit score, verify being a business owner and the tax breaks and all that stuff and investing your money. These are core concepts. They won't change, but you got to understand residual versus linear. You got to understand passive versus active. When you talk to a business owner, you say, "You used to be an employee, right?" "Yeah." When I started out, I was working for an hourly wage. Then I started my own company. Well, how's that feel? Well, I have a little more freedom, but I still got to be there and do my thing. This is right. But you can be a business owner as well. You can actually work with other people within a system and leverage. That's how you create passive income. And then equally or more important is your money and how you work your money, which transitions into our next slide, the rule of 72. You got to be able to explain this. It's a simple rule, but most people don't know what the rule of 72 is. It's pretty simple when you have banks that are paying less than 1%. Nobody wants to just have to live 100 years in order to get double their money, as opposed to what we know that we can achieve. In the 8 to 10% range, you can actually get toward getting a retirement through your money. The X curve. I talk about how we want to get rid of insurance when you get older. We develop plans that when you don't have the money, you're probably younger, and you can do a payment arrangement. $1 million, John, just like you were saying. You know, you can put a small amount of money on the table. I mean, a small amount. And if something happens, $1 million is, boom, there. I mean, it's there fast, because I've delivered over $500,000, and it's not like it takes forever, okay? As long as it's a legitimate situation, I mean, they're going to pay. But it's not all about dying, right? We also have the responsibility to basically not leave a burden if we become ill. So we talk about this slide, very important slide, but here's the key word. Do you have a plan? Most people don't have a plan. We go through a plan. And then, we talk about what do you want to achieve? I mean, do you want to leave a legacy? Do you want to protect your loved ones and set up a generational wealth? This is a big deal. Getting into the money, personal income, agency, expansion. You guys need to be very good and familiar with these slides. Talking about just helping one family a month, or let's say one a week. Here you go, 48,000. You're right at your average right there as a training associate. But let me tell you something. If you do one a week, you're not going to be a training associate very long. You're going to move up into director, which is now senior associate is now director, and then you're going to be in the middle range. Okay, just by your own pen. Business director, 84,000. But if you want to really get into the real money, which is our company lets us do this, you want to get into a program that has different systems. You may or may not find the ERP to be your thing, but a lot of people will. They love the fact that they can have a school district or two by getting certified. 1,700, that's impressive. We have a huge market. We don't have enough agents to fill it. We're building this out throughout the U.S. We know what good things we do for teachers. Then we jump into the agency, and this is where it gets exciting. Now you are a business owner because you've helped 10 people get into this business. And those 10 people just doing what you do, helping one family a week, is 20,000 passive. So you're making 7 active, 20 passive, and it's not all passive. I mean, you got to work with your team, but that's more than most surgeons make, $342 a year. Or I guess most doctors, surgeons might make a little more. But again, you got to go to school 10, 12 years after high school to become one of those. Here we can get a license. The BD run, something special for our company. 30 days and you can become a BD at the top level, the 70% level. And then here's the cool part. Like John said, one BD a month. Might take you 10 years. But one BD a month that replicates what you do and gets 10 people within their sphere of influence. They could be in Florida, California, or wherever. That's going to generate 140,000 passive income. $2 million a year. It might take you 10 years, but you're building something that's going to last and it's going to pay you and reward you in a passive way for generations. So is our company built on a great model? Absolutely. We have everything here and it's improving. So I guess what I'm just saying is this. Stay familiar with the back office, stay familiar with the core things that we have, and get really good at being able to teamwork with others. You guys can do this. We just need to get a little more consistent, maintain your positive attitude. If you need help in any area, we have so much training, so many things we've already covered that you can go back to. You should never be lost, ever. So if you're lost, guys, I want you to get unlost. And let's have fun and do good things.